Friday racing at Del Mar. Remember, they did move the post time to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, 3:30 p.m. local time. It was getting a little bit dark in the late part of the Friday card, so the jockeys made mention. And Del Mar, nice job. Move the post time a little bit earlier. Make sure it's safe, visible for everyone. Don't forget about the Del Mar handicapping store at drf.com. Every single day, past performances. We're going to look at the DRF past performances right now, the formulator style blocker reports, DRF picks, and then every Saturday, betting strategies. Everything you need to succeed when you're playing the races at Del Mar, DRF has all of the resources for you there. Also, if you're someone who you don't like paying for past performances, don't worry. You don't have to anymore when you wager with DRF bets. Right off the bat, if you go deposit $250 with your new account, use the promo code WINNING. They will match that deposit. They'll give you a $10 free bet, and they will give you 10 free formulator cards. A card is one racetrack date that we're going to look at. So one card would be Del Mar for Friday. You'll get 10 different ones of those already. And then every time you bet another $50, you'll get credit for another. Let's dive into the Del Mar card for Friday. In this opener, the 2 Hudson Ridge is going to take some money. I'm going to try to beat the 2 with the 4 lottery pick. Coming off a troubled effort last time out. Actually, the last 2 races were pretty brutal for lottery pick. Let's watch this one. So she's the 3 in here. He's the 3 in this one that we're watching. And this is the July 22nd race. So this was the first start in like 2 months. And right off the bat, bumped at the start, back to 11th. Down on the inside is 10 lengths off. So 11th of 12. And if you look at his running style prior to that, he wasn't a horse who had to be that far out of it. Like he didn't have his better races were when he was sitting mid-pack. So right here, he's already got a ton of work to do. And you could tell even at the back of the pack, a couple times he wants to go, but he's like in between horses. He can't go up the inside very much. He's in some traffic, but we're going to see this horse start to roll late in this race, and he ends up losing to the favorite Sarwar. I actually wouldn't be shocked if this horse is like just ends up a lot closer in this race that we're going to see on Friday, because there's no early speed in the Friday race. Look at how fast they went here. They went 45 and 2 to the half. And the number 3 is who we're watching. That's lottery pick, who's down in between horses towards the back. And now you can see lottery pick starting to move, wants to go, but still doesn't have a whole lot of room. Now is he able to get through? He's staying in between horses. He's waiting. Now he's going to have to pull to the outside. Wait, move your momentum and shift outside. Here he comes. And keep in mind, the horse who beat him was the favorite and a horse who got a big jump on him this day. But lottery pick is rolling down the outside to get up and finish second there. So, I mean, I'm looking at his last couple races, and I'm looking at his form overall. He's due for a little bit of racing luck. 2 starts back, he was put up from 3rd to 2nd via DQ because he got caught inside with no room, was in between horses. Things were really tight in the stretch for him. I think he's just in really nice form right now. Look at his last 5 races. I think he ran winning races in all 5 of those. And now he should be prime. Second start off the short break. And maybe he's your second choice in this race because the money comes in on Hudson Ridge. I would single him to start the pick 5 lottery pick right off the bat as we move along to race number 2 on the Friday card at Del Mar. In this one, I thought the 5 was a little bit interesting. This is Mahina. Now, in her debut, first 2 races, she's on the turf, going long on the turf. The debut, she's completely misses the break. It's actually better than it may look on paper because she was just way, way out of it. But she did, pass some horses late. She comes back on December the 30th. It's her second start. Again, going long on the turf. It's a good turf course that day. She hooks a horse named Ancient Peace. If you look at the way the race shaped up, Ancient Peace went wire to wire that day, won that race by 4. Nobody passed the horse. So kind of a tough race for Mahina when your winner just wins off at, and crushes. Then Mahina comes back on March the 18th, but that race is immediately followed by another layoff. So I'm willing to put a line right through the March 18th race and say something went wrong that day. Because she bounces back on July the 1st. She ran really well, even with trouble at Los Alamitos last time out against maiden special weights. And now she drops in class against maiden 50s. And I got to give a shout out to her dam. I love this horse. This is, we have like some of our personal favorite horses. I absolutely loved Malibu Pier. I must have played this horse like every time she won. This particular day, there was one of them. I'm trying to think, when was it? I think it was the day when she was like 7-2 and she won the Santa Barbara. Or I had like her singled in a lot of big spots and pick threes. She was extremely honest. Horse who I really liked, Malibu Pier. And she's had she's had Malibu Stacy, who's already won, Coasted, who we've seen have success actually even in graded stakes races, snuck out, another winner that she's produced, and hoping Mahina can join those line of a few winners that Malibu Pier has sent out. So Mahina for me, 6-1 on the morning line. Anything over 7-2, I think that's very fair value in race number 2. Let's move to the third race. I'm going to look at the numbers 6 in here. Annie's Hope, 4-1 on the morning line. The blinkers come on for this one. And I think the game plan is just going to be, let's go. Let's let loose and let's send in here, because I think that maybe the 4 has some other speed. I could see Annie's Hope just sitting right behind or being right there on the front end with her. So Annie's Hope, I think a nice spot for Annie here, 4-1 on the morning line with the blinkers coming on. And it's another instance for Carla Gaines where we know how much she improves horses with a little bit of racing. Never going to expect a horse like Annie's Hope to win first time out of the box. Then second time out, the race is taken off the turf. Her 2 races going long on the turf, look at how much she's improved in those races. And now can the blinkers just get her a little bit more focused? Annie's Hope in race number 3. She had a lot of horses that I liked early on the card at Del Mar on Friday. In the 4th race, we are going to look at a horse who I think I would single in maybe the early pick 5 as well. I already pointed out a couple different spots where I think I could single, and that is Touchdown Brown. His form to me is just a lot better than if you glance at it. So last year in 2022, he's facing some pretty nice horses, like a horse like Shaz was a Baffert horse who was capable of running some big races. He just kind of really couldn't put it all together. And coming out of that race, he's in a Calbred Stakes race behind Brickyard Ride, who's a multiple graded stakes winner. So I think his races last year were pretty tough. Then is March 22nd race. They go long on the grass. They just take a swing there. Put a line right through that, because after that race, he's off from March of 2022 all the way to July of this year. And then he shows back up in July, and it's a total maintenance type race. They only go 6 furlongs. They just want to get a race under him, get a little fitness in. The horse who won that day, Sir Atticus, is in nice form. And Sir Atticus, he's got a really good trip, and he earned a nice Beyer speed figure in winning that day. In fact, the race has come back live too, because Reichwist, who was last in that race, got put up via DQ, or I guess it was 11th of 12, right? Got put up via DQ the other day. It's a good spot for Touchdown Brown. Second start off the bench. This horse to me is a standout. Can you just get back to where we were on, February the 21st, those February races? He has 3 consecutive, maybe 4 in a row. That would be really tough here. Touchdown Brown. One more play for me to look at. It's going to be in race number 7. And we will look at the number 3 in here, Oakhurst. Phil D'Amato trains this one. Look at her form overall. She doesn't have many bad races. And then last year, 2022 ends. She's in the American Oak. She's behind Rhea Moon. She has some trouble that day. She comes back on February the 4th. She's behind Quattrell, who got really, really sharp and really good. And Quattrell has 4 consecutive excellent races, was back-to-back graded stakes winner. Closing Remarks was third in that race. We just saw Closing Remarks come back to win the Grade 2 Yellow Ribbon recently. And now she's going to make what will be her third start as a 4-year-old, but really it kind of feels like her second start as a 4-year-old, right? Because she had some time off since the very beginning of this 4-year-old year. So now you feel like, has she grown up a little bit? Has she developed a little bit more? And she already had a bunch of ability early in her career for Chad Brown. She only went off, I don't even know if off form is the right way of saying it. She has like 2 or 3 races where she didn't finish well, but everything else is really good. I would be surprised if she's 6-1. I think she's more like a 7-2 shot in here. That's the number 3, Oakhurst, in race number 7 on Friday at Del Mar. 8 races on Friday at Del Mar. Keep in mind the weather. There's some crazy weather going on down in Mexico that's supposed to push through to Del Mar. I don't think it's going to impact Friday. It might get into like late Saturday and early Sunday, but just monitor that bizarre weather and possibly even like a hurricane, like a tropical hurricane coming through. We'll keep you updated on everything going on at Del Mar. Once again, remember, they have the entire Del Mar handicapping store at drf.com. Picks, PPs, clocker reports every racing day, and then betting strategies on Saturday. You can also get past performances for free with DRF bets.